I just thought I'd share a few more stories um, from my childhood, growing up on a farm. Um, One of them is it seems like my parents always had a rooster. We moved from one farm to another, but at both farms, we had a rooster that would attack me and my brothers when we were little kids. It was a big rooster at the time. It was taller than me, and it would peck us and beat us with its wings, chase us around. That was always good. My grandpa, he had a goose, or actually a few geese, that would bite us and beat us with their wings if they could. Um, so I don't know if that's a family tradition that I want to carry on when if I ever live on a farm or an acreage. Maybe I'll maybe I'll get some sort of attack bird, a turkey perhaps, just to scare the kids. Maybe not though. That's probably not a good idea. Another story. This really doesn't have anything to do with farming, but it is from my childhood. This this one episode of my life, I had a lot of pain in my lower right stomach area, and anyway, I was around 8 years old. I think I was 8 years old, and it pretty much was painful enough where I didn't walk. I just laid on the floor and kind of writhed in pain a little bit and moaned a lot and probably cried and screamed. Anyway, I think after about a day of that, my parents got tired of it and moved me into the next room so they could hear the TV over my screaming. And then, maybe a day after being put in that other room, they decided to take me to the hospital, see if there was something wrong with me. Turns out my appendix had ruptured, and there was a lot of infection going on inside of me. And anyway, I was in the hospital for 8 days, and for a number of weeks later, I had to have a tube hanging out of me that would drain the fluid, which would be the infectious yellowy goo that was inside of me, out. And, that drained, and then after a certain amount of draining occurred, I had to have that pulled out. And so, week by week, they pulled an inch of it or so out, and I think there was probably 5 inches in me. And that was really painful because the skin would grow to the tube, and then they'd pull it. Yeah, so that was fun. And another story just to highlight my parents' medical prowess. I When I was a little kid, I guess I wore cowboy boots and I was out running around, and I was running up this board that was leaning up against a wagon, and it was raining out, and I had cowboy boots and shorts on because that's how I dressed, and I still do. Um, anyway, I'm running up this board, and I slip and land on the board, and this nail that was probably about 2 to 3 inches long and bent and rusted goes into my shin, and I run inside, and we had a neighbor that was a nurse, and she just came over and looked at it. So that was good. That's it. Looked at it, put some, washed it, put some goo on it, and that's all you do. But I still have a nice scar from that. So anyway, now if I stab myself with something, I just kind of wash it, and I might use a band-aid if it bleeds real bad. But I guess that's probably a good thing. Toughen me up. Um, oh, and another one. I wrote these things down so I'd remember them because they come to me and then I start talking and then I forget. But my that's my boy. My mother, she apparently was driven crazy by the three boys, me and my two brothers. I can remember this one time she was mad at us, and for some reason in the middle of our living room we had a pool table, and she grabbed a pool cue and was like beating it on the pool table and yelling at us. And I remember she called us fart asses. So, you fart asses, come here. And she's wielding a pool cue, like we're gonna come running. I'm gonna grab this kid real quick so he stops talking. He's in a walker eating some macaroni and cheese, but I think he just wanted to see what was going on. Anyway, that was always fun. There's lots of stories like that, but I'm not trying to hack my mom. I'm just saying, she thought she had to use a weapon against us. And we were really little, too. She never did hit us with that. Um, then another time, this will be the last one for now, because this guy's kind of screaming. But another time, my parents, and I was little, I might have been in, like, school age, like, very young, grade school age. I was apparently being bad, and I don't remember what I did. Probably picking on my much older brother. I was locked out of the house overnight. I might have been 5 or 6, and I ended up sleeping in the car. At first, I tried to get into the the entryway, and sleep in there, but they made me get out of there, and then they locked the front door and not just the kitchen door. So I spent the night in the car. That was nice. I could have slept in the barn with the rats, I guess, but I chose to sleep in the car. Anyway, fond memories from the farm, Volume 2. So watch out for Volume 3. It'll be coming up someday. Bye.